Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to Finland for our continuing coverage of the 2021 Sudirman Cup. The snow will be falling pretty soon in this part of the world. They love their ice hockey and their skating. I don't mind their badminton either. It's a beautiful place. We're in Vantaa, just a few kilometres from the capital Helsinki, and here's where it's all happening. The Energia Arena, all the way through until the final on Sunday. And from now on in, you will not miss a single point. Stage is set fair. You can see we've come down from 3 courts to 2. And we are just moments away from our afternoon session. 16 nations in total competing, from Tahiti, bottom right of your screen, all the way across Asia and Europe, with Denmark, Finland, England, all the way across to Canada in North America. Group stages continue until Thursday. The quarters are on Friday, and then the semis and the final itself you can enjoy with us over the weekend. Here's how the groups break down. The Chinese looking really good in Group A, as are the Thais actually. Korea and Chinese Taipei going great guns in Group B. In Group C, Indonesia and Denmark lead the way. In Group D, it's make or break probably today for England, with Japan and Malaysia the 2 countries' favourites to qualify. The top 2 from each group get into the quarterfinals. If you were with us earlier, you'll have seen Chinese Taipei demolish Germany 5-0. I say demolish, that's probably not quite accurate. It was a very long tie. Several matches went to 3 games, but in the end it was a whitewash. And we are set fair now for our Group D encounter between Japan and England. A little earlier on, we recorded this for you, the Japanese huddle. One thing about these team events, they do engender plenty of spirit within the camp. Now that was a huddle. What you're going to see shortly from England was something a little bit different. Just to confirm, this is our Court 1 match. And here's what the English did. More a rendition than a huddle. It's quite enough of that. Full marks for enthusiasm. Don't give up the day jobs anytime soon. Here's how the Group D table stands. Japan and Malaysia, they both made a winning start yesterday. Japan coming through against Egypt 5-0. Malaysia 3-2 winners over England. So for the English, this really is make or break, you suspect, this afternoon, with only Egypt left to play. Top 2 go through, of course. Mixed doubles to start. Both pairs ranked inside the world's top 10. Then we'll see the double world champion Kento Momota before the English duo Lane and Vendy will start favourites in the men's doubles. The women's centre stage after that. First, the Quicksilver Akane Yamaguchi in the singles, followed by what should be a tight doubles clash, Matsuyama and Shida against Birch and Smith. Quite a wintry scene that, wasn't it, inside the arena? Just to confirm, we are starting with the mixed doubles, and this could be a close one. Japanese pair ranked number 5 in the world, Ellis and Smith ranked at 7. Should be good, should be tight. You always know we're kind of well into the tournament when we go down from the initial 3 courts to 2. Players on their way for our first match, and just to remind you, we will play all 5 matches regardless of the score. That's just because in the event of a tie, then we can use games won and even points won potentially as tiebreakers if needed. Japanese first into the arena. Watanabe and Higashino, very familiar faces, even through the masks. One apiece. in the head-to-head between these two pairs, so certainly no reason for Ellis and Smith to have any kind of an inferiority complex here. Here they come. The strapping around the right thigh of Lauren Smith. They did play yesterday, they lost in straight games. Watanabe and Higashino, by the way, didn't feature in that 5-0 defeat of Egypt.
On court 2, in the tie between Malaysia and Egypt, mixed doubles.
Well, there's the confirmation. Watanabe and Higashino did win the last meeting. That was at the All England earlier this year.
You will serve, which side, and who will receive? That side? Who is receiving? You are.
And Ahmed Salah and Noor Ahmed Husni from Egypt.
Spectacular sight what they do with the lights on these courts these days as we look at Lauren Smith, but now we're going to concentrate on some stats. Yuta Watanabe, 24 years now, confirmation they are ranked 5 in the world. He's really got explosive movement, this guy. Terrific drop shot exponent as well. And they've won 5 major mixed doubles tournaments, this pair, including the All England twice in 2018 and again this year. Have been up as high as 3, as you saw. That was a couple of years ago. So we look at Arisa Higashino, who's just a year older than a partner. Of course, they won Olympic bronze memorably in Tokyo. Also have a World Championship bronze medal in the collection as well from a couple of years back. And no strangers to the Sudirman Cup. Took the silver medal 2 years ago in Nanning, the last edition. And their opponents from England, the familiar duo of Marcus Ellis and Lauren Smith. Ellis is 32 now. He's a Yorkshireman, but now lives in the south, near the National Badminton Centre in Milton Keynes in the southeast of England. Of course, he famously won that Olympic bronze in the men's doubles in Rio in 2016. But they're fresh from their silver medal triumph in the European Championships in Kiev earlier this year. Also Commonwealth Games silver medalists from the Gold Coast in 2018. And they'll want to put up a decent showing, having lost in straight games yesterday, as I mentioned. I think by their own admission they weren't at their best.
Ready to play?
Rick Cox of the Netherlands is our chair umpire. And he'll be supported by American service judge, the familiar figure and face of Cody Leach. I want to call this, very little in it in the rankings, nothing in it in the head-to-head. And if England want to have any chance of getting through to the last 8, you feel they have to win this tie.
Let's go.
Let's wait for the umpire's introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, England, represented by Marcus Ellis and Lauren Smith.
Got their fan club here as well.
And on my left, Japan, represented by Watanabe and Higashino. England to serve, Lauren Smith to Higashino. Level, play.
So here we go, first shuttle hit in anger on day 3, afternoon session. Get the impression Ellis's ability from the back of the court is going to be critical here in this match. I've often seen him miss from that range actually. It was well inside the back line. Might have done a string.
And on the left, Malaysia, represented by Chen Tangier and Captain Wei. Malaysia reserves.
Always good to carry a few spares. Very good from Smith at the net. And as much as Ellis' ability from the back of the court will be important, Smith at the front predominantly also have a huge bearing on the outcome here. Early flicker from Marcus Ellis. That's lovely. He really is a master of that kind of deceptive type of shot. Brilliant drop shot exponent as well. It's one thing knowing what's coming, it's another to try and deal with it. Seems to have the angles right so often, even you wouldn't think there's enough space in a doubles court, but he finds it with monotonous regularity. That's excellent from Smith, really good. Taking the initiative, anticipated it, and completed the fairly straightforward kill. Sure, the coach should have said, try and cut out any unforced errors. Match that potentially could be tight.
Time's over, 3-all.
Couldn't decide whether to leave it or not, and in the end made a bit of a mess of it actually. The chair umpire just spotted someone with a flashlight in the auditorium. Obviously we don't want anyone with flashlights, but it is great to have some spectators back. We've been missed. Just a word to one of the officials, try and make sure that whoever it is who has that flashlight is asked to desist from using it. Ellis serving 3-all. Well, you could say it was a little fortunate, but it was a decent block nonetheless from Smith. Early signs exactly as we thought. This is going to be a tense opener to this tie. Well, again, excellent defence from Lauren Smith. Put under real pressure there by Watanabe, and she was equal to it.
Play.
Oh, it was a great return, wasn't it? He read the intent there, Watanabe.
4-5.
Higashino that put it away, but Watanabe, the instigator there.
Yes, Marcus.
That was over.
Marcus.
6-4.
Not just a herd, English coach giving some genuine encouragement to Marcus Ellis, saying much better. Early advantage here for the English pair.
7-4.
Do look like they've come out really composed, fired up, but not to the extent that it's going to be all emotion. It's all about channeling it, especially after losing yesterday. Can't give Ellis and Higashino that kind of opportunity and expect to get away with it. Prowling around the net. Only 5'3", but always thought this Japanese pair are very exciting to watch. You get the craft of Watanabe as well. It's not just power. That's wide.
6-7.
Service over. 3-13.
That's good.
Well, it was good defence initially from Watanabe in that rally. Eventually it went long though.
6.
Hard-earned point for the English pair.
14-3.
That was over. 7-8.
Good pace. Good pace.
9-7.
Yeah, Ellis knows he got that wrong. As soon as he struck it, was right in the hitting zone for Yuta Watanabe. No shortage of enthusiasm there from the large Japanese squad that's come here and will go to Denmark next week for the Thomas and Uber Cup. Almost like she's got a second sense sometimes. She just knows where to move across to. Was past Lauren Swift before she knew it, really. That's the point in it, though.
Service over. 4-19.
Yeah, that's good.
Comes over.
Pass me.
10-all.
Oh, wow. You got the megaphone in. That's cheating, really.
Service over. 20. Game point. 4.
So final point coming up before the interval.
Play.
Service over. 5-20.
Well, for once, a little drop shot doesn't work for Ellis Higashino. But just as we imagined, it was going to be a very tight match. This 11-10 it is in the favour of the English pair at the interval.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Thank you, Language.
So again.
11-10. Play.
So she was only 5'3". She gets phenomenal spring. That was a prodigious leap from Higashino at the net. Look how high she got off the ground. Well worth a high five. Good reach that from Smith, and a good lead from Ellis. There's some copious notes going on there.
Court 2, 20 seconds.
Good Marcus, good discipline again. Yeah. Really solid from the back.
Really solid from the back is right.
Comes over. 12-all.
It's a couple of times that serve has gone astray like that. Excellent reactions to let that go. Waited about as long as he possibly could. It's definitely working. We can see the light. She spotted us. Well, that's their answer to the megaphone, is the paper fans. That only the Japanese with their origami skills can do. And meanwhile on court it is really tight. 13-all now. Just get the impression this match is going to be decided by whichever pair deals with the pressure better and makes the fewest errors, especially when we get towards the business end of the match. That's the problem, because he uses deception so much. I think both Ellis and Smith on that occasion are quite sure what's coming. I don't want to completely commit to the block in case he throws in that little deceptive shot. 2-point lead now for the Japanese pair. It's a nice shot from Lauren Smith.
Let's control, Marcus. Good block in there as well.
9-1.
Just good pace out. Ready.
Out. Service over. 2-9.
Yes, yes.
Service over.
That was long. Well, it was solid enough pressure from Higashino, and she made the error unexpectedly.
Great work. It's good. Keep frustrating them.
Literally nothing in it. Hasn't really been since the start. And we're 16 minutes in. That is a super shot from Marcus Ellis. It really was. Got the angle absolutely spot on. No wonder he's getting the thumbs up. That was the rather easy coup de grace, but a little earlier in the point. Right, a delightful little angle drop shot.
Service over. 11-4. Interval.
Yes, yes.
Oh, great rally, and that's a superb touch from Higashino. Watanabe, master of the drop shot, would have been proud of that. Impossible to have executed that any better. Shot for shot and point for point at the moment, this opening game. Too much power for Lauren Smith to handle.
Out. Service over. 5-13.
Wouldn't be denied. And she knew as soon as she hit that it was going to go long. Certainly was an easy leave for Watanabe, and just towards the end of this game, Japanese pair starting to assert. Played the bigger points more confidently. And that sets up 4 game points for Watanabe and Higashino. Nicely done, and there it is, 21-16 in 19 minutes. It was so close for so long, but in the end, the Japanese pair just had a little bit too much know-how. Those latter 4 or 5 points, and now it really is a tough ask for Ellis and Smith to come back from a game down. Saying they can't do it. Almost appropriate was one with that little touch shot, as they've played any number of those.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So what can Ellis and Smith find in this second game? Try and haul themselves level in what always looked like it was going to be a pivotal opening match in this tie. For Motta to come next, you would think he'd be a huge favourite. Same for Yamaguchi in the women's singles. So from England's point of view, this really is a must-win. That's a beautiful angle again. Doesn't matter whether it's touch or power. She's got every shot in the book. Arisa Higashino. Don't get to be number 5 in the world, an Olympic medalist, without a phenomenal game. And that's the extent of the task now for the English pair. It's going to be wide. Drift just pushing the shuttle left to right as you look. Yeah, they're in trouble there because the only thing that Smith could do is barely get the shuttle back after another really cunning drop shot. And they were playing catch up in the point after that. No chance at all there for Smith. That's terrific. That really is good. Look at the height from Watanabe. And that wasn't bad either from Lauren Smith. A completely unguarded area of the court. Beautiful.
Please welcome the technical officials for court number 2.
Not sure there's anyone who plays that shot better, you know. Disguise that he gets on it, and Ellis just never had a chance of getting close to that. Well, they're looking happy so far.
Malaysia.
Teammates having secured the opening game here. That's going to be wide though. Well, so far this second game following a very similar pattern to the first. I can't think there was more than a couple of points in it at any stage until right at the business end when Japanese pair pulled away. It's a rare miscue from Higashino. Great defence from the Japanese against Marcus Ellis there. Top draw. Well, really a point they had no right to win at all. And that is a real morale sapper from an English point of view. And that's why the celebration was so expressive. Huge point to win. Excellent anticipation again from Higashino. Ellis wouldn't be denied this time. Wears her heart on her sleeve, that's for sure. They do dovetail impressively, don't they? Watanabe and Higashino.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Malaysia represented by ENG. And on my left, Egypt.
Oh, that was in by a fair way. Just an error of judgment from Lauren Smith. But about the first time, maybe there was one from the Japanese pair in the first game, that we've seen any of these players leave the shuttle and it dropped in. Happens to everyone. Yeah, nicely done. So suddenly there's a bit of daylight on this scoreboard. Now 11-7 as they go in for the interval. And steadily but surely Watanabe and Higashino starting to take control here. It was long. She's off again. Straight down the middle is so often so effective. He'll be pleased with what he's seeing at the moment. Longest rally of the match by a distance, this. Oh, that's fantastic from Ellis. That was beautiful. And even on the deck, I think Higashino could appreciate the skill of that wonderfully executed piece of deception from the Yorkshireman. Going to give her full marks for commitment in trying to get there, but it was always a lost cause. .78 shots that rally.
Higashino's up. Get ready to receive now. Now. Yes, right. Play. 10, 4. Ninth round. Play.
Service over. 5-10.
Just seems like every time the English pair threaten a little mini comeback here, it gets snuffed out by Watanabe and Higashino.
Service over. 11-5. Info.
Got a problem at the moment, those two.
Call 2, 20 seconds. Call 2, 20 seconds.
That was a really well judged leave. So I don't think it missed by much, but miss it did. Just signs that the English pair are really starting to find this hard work now. That was better though, for Marcus Ellis.
10, 15.
Service over. 6-13.
Well, that was just dismissive from Yuta Watanabe. And the error's starting to creep in, and the body language suggests that the Japanese right on track here for an opening victory in this tie. That would heap an awful lot of pressure on the two English singles players in particular. Tommy Toya set up next against Kento Momota. Suddenly become very one-sided, hasn't it? And there was no real sign of that for long parts of the first game and the start of this one as well. It's almost as if Watanabe and Higashino have seamlessly just moved up a gear as the match has worn on, within 3 points now of the victory. Well, if the comeback's to start, it needs to start now from Ellis and Smith. Wide of the sideline. Saw Smith and Ellis both go for that shuttle. Some of the placement from the Japanese pair has been exquisite. And there we go. I think it was Smith who just got to it, but steered it wide of those tram lines.
Service over.
And that brings up 9 match points for the Japanese.
20 match points. 11.
Service over. 18.
It's over.
Oh, that's 1 3-point back. We need 8 more now.
19-8.
That's it. 21 points to 12 in that second game. A much more one-sided second game, you'd have to say, than the first one was. But the moments that mattered, Watanabe and Higashino were just too good for Ellis and Smith, who've been well beaten here. 21-16, 21-12 in 41 minutes on court. And Japan, you'd have to say, one of the really fancy countries, along with China, to lift this Sudirman Cup trophy. They'd be the 2 favourites. She's a character. There is one more match, of course, for England to play up against Egypt, which they'll be expected to win, but having lost this opener, it's going to be really tough for them to turn this tie around. Victory salute from Yuta Watanabe, and a thoroughly deserved success for the Japanese pair in our opener. This was the final point. On the back foot pretty much throughout this last rally, and from pretty much on the service line, Higashino puts it away. So first blood then to Japan in this tie. And up next, we'll have the chance to see the double world champion Kento Momota in the men's singles. Well, a warm welcome back to the Energy Arena here in Finland and our continuing coverage of the Sudirman Cup 2021. We've just started a Group D clash between Japan and England. Japan taking the mixed doubles in straight games. And there's the confirmation.